I am not a financial advisor, and I never give financial advice on this channel. 100% of this content is for entertainment purposes only. Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. It's Lane here with hnɛʃãŋwɔl, and I just wanted to go over a couple things in regards to Bitcoin really quickly that I think you might find very interesting. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into this. Taking a look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, right now we are currently attempting to break out of this bearish order block right here on the 4-hour chart. The previous all-time high is sitting right here at this white line, which is at about that 109,183 level. We're really not very far from it. We just hit the positive 4.5 line on my fib levels, as you can see, and price is pulling back slightly. It's very likely that we will hit a new all-time high very, very soon, possibly coming up to this area here that I've been talking about for quite some time at around that 110,400 to about that 112,700 level. I was reading through my comments earlier while I was just watching a movie, and a viewer on the channel, Nostro5700, posted this reply, and it said, "Could just be me, but does it look like Bitcoin is forming a massive cup and handle since the all-time high?" And I really got to thinking about that for a minute, so I started to investigate. And thank you so much for that, Nostro. I really appreciate that, because after taking a look at it, I've come to some very interesting conclusions. What you're seeing right here is the Bitcoin daily chart. Going back to this point right here at about November 2021, we formed this beautiful cup and handle pattern right here on the daily, which finished forming at about March 2024. Now you can see with the previous all-time high being right here, price broke out, setting a new all-time high, but then fell back into the pattern and played around a little bit before breaking out right here, breaking out of the rim line and moving up, making some incredible gains, coming up and setting the new all-time high that we were just discussing. But if you look a little bit deeper into the charts here, you can see that Bitcoin, since January 25th, has started forming a very beautifully round-bottomed cup. And as we're moving up right here where price is currently trading, moving up to this line right here, which would be the all-time high over here, what are the odds that this pattern would repeat itself again, just as it did in the previous cup and handle pattern? Moving up here, taking out the previous all-time high, moving into this red range right here, which on my charts is the positive 4.5 area. Then pulling back down into the handle, similar to what it did before on the previous cup and handle pattern. So what if we have a situation to where this particular cup that we're forming now since January 25th, which is absolutely beautiful, does something very similar to what we saw in the previous cup and handle pattern, where price breaks out, taking out, setting a new all-time high, ranging up here in this red area, falling back into the handle, consolidating, building momentum before breaking out, then heading up to levels even higher, perhaps that 120,000, 123,000 range. But what if the price breaks out after setting this new all-time high, comes back down, perhaps down to this bullish fair value gap, perhaps even the one that's just a hair lower, as we do have a weak doji reverse waterfall right here on the daily, resting at 94,727, building momentum, moving in to perhaps June, to where we see the biggest part of the breakout, to much, much higher levels. If this occurred, it may give it the momentum that it needs to break up to those higher levels, and in doing so would leave this pattern completely behind, taking us into what I call no man's land, where there is no previous price action to look back on, which means that the only weak dojis that you can use for a reference are the ones that are formed as we are moving into price discovery or no man's land. So what if this pattern repeats? Would this drag down the altcoins like XRP with it, pulling it down to those lower liquidity levels that we have been discussing for quite some time, allowing the market makers to accumulate the additional liquidity that they need for this move up, then at the same time seeing this big breakout that we've been talking about for quite some time? Could Bitcoin be the key to what's about to happen as far as the altcoins are concerned, dragging them up, dragging them down, then pulling them up with it, setting another new all-time high and going to levels that most people won't even consider possible for Bitcoin, which would be great for all of the coins in the entire crypto sphere. It doesn't necessarily have to play out this way, but we've seen it play out this particular way previously. So perhaps this pattern may repeat in a smaller fractal as it's taken 121 days to form this cup. So this will be very interesting to watch. I likely wouldn't have noticed this if a regular viewer would not have pointed this out in the comments, which is another reason why I love our community so much, because we share ideas with each other. And in doing so, we all learn, we all grow, we all see, which is why the powers that be try so hard to keep us divided, and we must never let that happen. But this is going to be something incredible to watch. Bitcoin, right here with this pattern, might very well hold the key to what we are about to see, moving in to what's almost certain to be the biggest bull run in the history of crypto. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Do me a favor, hit the like button. It helps the channel and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. For additional information and exclusive perks, do consider joining me on Patreon.